All right, let's get right into it. So I was stamping and I was using my opaque stamper, sticky stamper, whatever you want to call it. And I realized I should probably film this because I had no idea what I was doing when I first used this. So, yeah, I'm a little awkward because this is my first video, but you can kind of see, well, you can't see, but you can kind of see how I'm just laying my finger on the image. Now, before I would just kind of stamp it with the bottom facing me, and I would get a crooked stamp every time, but all right. So you could see there. And the reason to use a sticky stamper like this instead of the clear ones is when you have a plate like this one that just doesn't pick up very well. It's not etched very well, or you're using a cheaper plate. So this one with my typical shrink stamper, which I love, it just wasn't picking up anything. So I had to pull out the old sticky stamper, which I don't think I've used since I started stamping, but it works pretty well for this, so I'm glad I have it. So if you're new to stamping, you're going to scrape in the opposite direction that you laid the polish. So if you did the polish side to side, you're going to scrape up or down and vice versa. And here I'm just cleaning it up with a lint roller. You can also use tape, and some people use a card, which I don't find works very well. So now I'm just putting on my sticky base coat, which I find is necessary for stamping. I don't find that it works without a sticky base coat. And you just put it on like a normal nail polish. I wait about a minute or two for it to dry and just start stamping. I used to use it as a first step, but I found that sometimes if the stamp didn't pick up or I changed what I wanted to do, I didn't like having the sticky top coat on there. Or if you leave it to dry for too long, you know, the stamping's taking too long, it's not working out, it'll just dry and not work as well. So I just put it on when I already have my image. I'd rather take the few minutes extra. And here I have Mundo de Uñas. Sorry, I'm not very good at Spanish. Plate. It's also Haunted Mansion. And this one picks up a lot better and was a lot cheaper. Her plates, as of this video, are $4 each. And she has some really cool ones. She's got Doctor Who. She's got Studio Ghibli. A lot of times you can get them at 20 or 25% off too. Just subscribe to emails. I know that sounds kind of like an ad. I don't know. This whole thing is kind of awkward for me, to be honest. I was thinking like I was the Charlie Chaplin of nails. I know that's probably only funny to me, but it just felt like I was miming this whole thing, and I was like, should I just talk while I'm doing it? Which probably would have been more natural. But I chose to do a voiceover, which, I mean, you can probably tell it's very stilted and awkward, but here we are. It's okay. This is me. This is how I am. I was really upset when I picked that image up of the bust. I was like, why did I do Madame Leota? Because those came out so well. And here I'm just using the top of my shrinker stamper, which screws onto a base, and when you roll up the base, it expands the, it's not silicone, the squishy. It expands it, and you roll it over the image, take off the top, and it shrinks. And I just wanted to even out. Madame Leota didn't end up very centered, so I wanted it to look even. I didn't want people to judge me. Be like, why do your nails look like that? Probably say some things that would get me demonetized from YouTube, and, you know, I need that 10 cents. Oh my God. That joke made no sense. How is somebody else's comment gonna get me demonetized from YouTube? Like, it wouldn't. It makes no sense. It's not funny. I swear to God, I have good jokes too. When I'm out of my comfort zone, I can't do it. So I come across very, probably everybody says they're funny though, right? Like probably everybody's like, oh, I'm funny once you get to know me, but am I? I feel like I'm funny in my mind, but then when I go to verbalize the jokes, they come out really bad. But maybe the jokes are bad and they're only funny in my mind because it's my sense of humor and I'm a really off person. Doing this is like a nightmare, by the way. If you have never had to do a voiceover, which I have not had to do a voiceover until now, it's like having to do voice memos. You know when people text you and they want to do a voice memo and they want you to do it back and forth? Like, that is my nightmare. Like, I can talk to you on the phone all day, but do not make me do voice memos. There's something about it. Anyway, here I'm just putting on well, they call it the smudge-free top coat, but I feel like it's very smudgy. So here it's not so bad with regular stamping. I just float it over the nail. You know, you're barely touching it and you put a lot of product on. But when you do reverse stamping, which I'll maybe do a video on, I don't know, this whole thing's really awkward, but so when you do reverse stamping, and even if you let it dry for like 30 minutes, there's still smears, there's still smudges. So I haven't found a great one for stamping. So if anybody actually watches this and that person knows of a top coat that does not smear, please drop it in the comments. See what I mean? I'm so awkward. All right, here we have the finished manicure, Madame Leota in all her glory, and I can finally stop this video.